Good morning, everybody. Another day in cryptocurrency news and some more interesting headlines. Cathie Wood's Ark Investment predicts Bitcoin could exceed $1 million by 2030, which is extremely bullish. The noted investor previously said that cryptocurrency would reach 500,000 by 2026. And I first saw this article on Coindesk and a little bit more is explained with kind of what she was saying in a podcast here on the Ethereum World News, the EWN website. I'll kind of read over this quickly and then we can listen to what she was saying here in the Coindesk podcast, which was kind of interesting. I would encourage you to listen to the whole podcast. I will leave a link to that in the description and you can listen to it for yourself, but we'll listen to the beginning of it. And what she says is actually kind of interesting. But first, we'll just kind of dig through the article. Cathie Wood's Ark Invest recently released its Big Ideas report. The report delved into various aspects of public blockchains and digital wallets, among other things. The asset manager believes that Bitcoin could be worth more than $1 million by 2030. Public blockchains are presented as the future of money and contracts. And this is kind of in line with what we're seeing going on legislation-wise in the United States and around the world. There's a senator from Arizona who is pushing to have Bitcoin be legal tender in Arizona, as well as you're seeing in New York, they're pushing for crypto payments at the state level. And we also saw that Brazil is now partnering with MasterCard to bring crypto to payments and as well to give people the ability to withdraw cryptocurrency from ATMs and have no fees. Ark Invest, the American asset management firm launched by Cathie Wood, presented its take on the future of finance and blockchain technology in its Big Ideas 2023 report. Aside from crypto, the report discussed various exciting technologies, including molecular diagnostics, artificial intelligence, and technological convergence of public blockchains with other fields that could put the platforms on the road to $200 trillion valuation by the end of this decade. And I'm sure that ties into the ChatGPT stuff that we've seen, where Microsoft is investing billions of dollars into ChatGPT. And it is definitely having an effect on the AI market in general because people are going to look to want to capitalize on that. So you're going to see other versions of ChatGPT, and I'm hoping that we do see a blockchain-based version of that. There are some right now that are kind of in the beta stage, but I would like to see them take off with similar amounts of users like we've seen ChatGPT. Bitcoin is likely to scale into a multi-trillion-dollar market. Cathie Wood has been vocal in her support of Bitcoin. The recent downturn in the crypto market failed to deter her confidence in the flagship cryptocurrency. The report by her firm stated that the crypto winter elevated Bitcoin's value proposition as a decentralized alternative by shedding light on the role of centralized counterparties in the crypto contagion. We believe Bitcoin's long-term opportunity is strengthening. Despite the turbulent year, Bitcoin has not skipped a beat. Its network fundamentals have strengthened, and its holder base has become more long-term focused. And this is true. If you look at Glassnode, you will see that this all kind of adds up. She's not wrong when she's saying this. It seems to be the case every time Bitcoin's price comes down that the media kind of jumps on that. And they're very short-term minded when it comes to their analysis of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. Most of the time it comes from they just don't really understand what they're looking at. Most people are very ignorant when it comes to these types of technologies, and it's kind of like a hot topic. If Bitcoin prices dump, they can kind of dunk on the community and come out with a bunch of hit piece stories. It's very easy to be like that in this market, just kind of attack something and especially kick people when they're down. That's mostly what the media has been doing. And they've got their price targeting charts here and some fundamentals behind the chart as well. According to the report, the current fundamentals of Bitcoin are stronger than they were during the past drawdowns, which is true. Data gathered by Ark Invest indicated that Bitcoin holders are more long-term focused today than at any point in history. This is also true by looking at Glassnode, as I was saying. The firm's research estimated that the price of one Bitcoin could exceed $1 million by 2030. The bear case puts 2030's price target at $258,000 for one BTC. And even if that's the case, that's massive. Because right now, one Bitcoin, I believe, is trading at around $23,000. And so this would be 10x from now to then, which would outperform a lot of stocks in the meantime as well. The base case presented a target of 682,000, and the most optimistic estimation, i.e. the bull case, valued BTC at 1.48 million by the end of the decade. So even if you have one Bitcoin, you're going to be sitting extremely well. The report also took a closer look at the role of public blockchains in the future of finance. Related to technologies, Ark Invest believes that large-scale adoption of Bitcoin tech will eventually prompt all money and contracts to migrate onto public blockchains that enable and verify digital scarcity and proof of ownership. And I think that's what's going to be the case with Ethereum. I think Ethereum will be the settlement layer for all money. All banks, all credit cards will look to get their protocol onto Ethereum in the coming years. Now, let's listen to what Cathie has to say early on in this podcast, because it is actually very interesting.
I think there will be this insurance policy that a lot of individuals and businesses will be taking out. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these emerging market central banks start accumulating Bitcoin and other currencies. So because if they know their currencies are going down.
And that is true. Whether they want to admit it or not, right now, institutions are accumulating Bitcoin. They've been accumulating Bitcoin. Even Jamie Dimon, going back, a few years ago, the entire time that he was crapping on Bitcoin publicly, they were privately accumulating Bitcoin because they're not stupid people.
And that they will be under attack as reserves go down. Maybe they'll have a balance with Bitcoin and other crypto assets.
Welcome. And so that touches on to the reality of the situation. The truth about fiat currencies is becoming far more widely known. Everybody has been quite aware of the inflation that the US dollar has been facing over the past couple of years. And it is really putting stress on the consumer, and people are looking for alternatives as well. Banks are trying to implement their CBDC, but they are going to be hedging their bets, and they're going to do that with the accumulation of Bitcoin. Ark added on its Bitcoin outlook that the cryptocurrency is taking market share as a global settlement network. And that is personally what I believe as well. And Chico Crypto has been talking about this for years. I would definitely recommend watching his videos. If you're not, you probably are. If you're within the space, you know who Chico is. And he has been saying this settlement layer network for quite some time. And he is very, very bullish on Ethereum. According to Ark's research, Bitcoin's cumulative transfer volume increased by 463% in 2021, and its annual settlement volume has surpassed Visa's annual payment volume. Technological advancements such as the Taproot upgrade and the Lightning Network may also help Bitcoin scale, and institutional ownership of Bitcoin will also become more widespread, according to Ark. And again, last year, Cathie predicted that Bitcoin would reach 500,000 by 2026. I do think that we will see Bitcoin hit the higher six-figure and possibly into the seven-figure mark within the coming decades as it is incorporated into more and more banks. It's just inevitable. I think cryptocurrency in general is inevitable in its takeover of the financial markets, as well as seeing things like Visa and MasterCard come onto the Ethereum blockchain, because that's going to be the blockchain everybody uses. All roads lead back to Ethereum, no matter what they are in terms of the side chains, or even Polkadot itself. All these bridges, they all bridge right back to Ethereum. And all the Bitcoin that you're seeing these days is actually being used in DeFi on Ethereum. So it's kind of like Rome. All roads lead to Rome. All bridges lead to Ethereum. I'll leave a link to this article and a couple of these other articles on what has been said by Cathie and Ark Invest in the description. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like. Consider subscribing and sharing with your friends, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.